Speaking of electrolytes, I need my water.
I need my
So
Zen.
just keep talking.
There's electrolytes.
There's a general in my mouth, so I've taken it a step further.
Oh shit!
Yeah, I think that
there's
is
not the fucking 150 milligram Siberian.
Dude, can we get those?
I
want those so bad.
Have you seen the guy putting like 4 of them in his mouth?
No.
I would vomit.
No,
I would be incredibly ill.
I would get dizzy. I would probably be fine. I do like that's like the thing about like Zen though, like and you do 3 milligrams. I do 6.
Yeah.
But
and I only do like 3 to 4 a day.
Okay. And I'm doing I like always need something in my lip.
Yeah.
And I don't get that dizzy anymore.
Yeah.
I don't get that dizzy feeling ever anymore. Yeah. It's not I don't get that dizzy. I don't
Do you get
anything.
Burn? Do you get the burn? Like the nick burn in your lip at least?
It's like sometimes all the conditions like have to be met. Like one
like
that can do it. Like if I ate and like haven't had one in like a couple hours, like I might be able to get that. And it's like
that's why I spread mine out.
Yeah, that's
to maintain that.
Well, I need one in all the time, though. You see, what you don't understand.
How do I spread it out if I have one in at all times?
I want it always. Yeah.
Is there a way that I can do that?
Hello, your computer has virus.
Hello, chicken ricky. Bomb has been planted. I am on my way. Fatality. You must construct additional pylons. Counter. Headshot. Oh, shit.
Yeah, hey guys, welcome back to the pod. This is the mostly negative podcast. My name is Firestorm.
Rebranding.
AKA Base Justice.
AKA
Helix. AKA Gare. What else am I?
What were you recently? Monolith. AKA Monolith.
That's
I thought you were sticking with that
Monolith
one.
is good.
You seem very attached to that one, more so than the other ones.
Firestorm is like a mode.
Firestorm is like a type. Yeah, you
like
turn
if we're
on
playing
Firestorm,
Arma or Squad, like
Firestorm.
I'm Firestorm now.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it is Firestorm.
Yeah, because I want to go on the radio and say that I'm
Firestorm.
Firestorm requesting
something.
I don't know what you military people say, but it sounds fun.
50. That
sounds
fucking
fucking fun.
TikTok of the guy.
Yeah,
the military time one.
Oh yeah.
He's like, oh, what's about 15? He's like, what's that? Would you make the amount of money you made today?
We're talking about
he probably makes a lot of money.
That guy's so fucking funny. I love how he doesn't like skew from his formula. He's just like
knows.
that's it. Like it's like that works for you. Fucking
it's
go
so
at
good.
it. It is.
It's not old at all.
Yeah,
I love it. I love
it.
I eat up that fucking thing. I mean,
I think my favorite is the loud car.
It's like this guy's good.
This is just a little some.
Yeah. Or the black coffee. They're like, what do you mean? He's like, I just have a black. They're like, no cream or sugar. Like, this guy's tough.
This guy's the man.
He's so much cooler than me.
Oh god, dude.
He's like looking around, like nodding.
God, dude.
TikTok.
Yeah, he's one of the funnier ones.
Yeah.
Also, that one guy that you showed me.
Which one? There's a lot.
He's like a streamer too. I saw him like streaming Fortnite the other day, but he does like little skits and like
the ginger guy with the beard.
No, he's funny.
That guy's funny too.
Yeah, he's funny.
Yeah, he's funny, but he does like weird like political ones every once in a while.
He's
that he
commie.
throws in. Yeah, where he's trying to.
But he's also fucking hilarious.
He is very funny, but he just does like weird off-brand stuff where it's like, you know,
it's like can you like?
Yeah, I mean, I don't give a shit. Like you can have whatever opinion you want, but like I'm not watching you for your political view. Like I don't give a fuck what you think. I think you're funny.
You're a funny guy.
Yeah,
it's funny guy.
Throw hot coffee on your chest again.
He's funny. No, I was talking. I forget who he is. But anyway,
Evan Breen.
No, he's a classic.
He's an OG.
He's class.
Dude,
you don't got the moves, bitch.
He's the one where they take his hat. He's like, look at my hat. It's stuck in the fucking window in his car. Yeah, he's Vine. That's Vine. He's like the only guy. All those other old Vine guys, like King Bach, all those dudes, like they became like
actual figures.
People. Yeah, he didn't.
Humans.
I don't know why.
Yeah, why? I don't understand why
he didn't catch on, because he was funny as fuck.
Did he stop Vine?
I have no idea.
Before?
My only guess is that he's that funny because he's an actual degenerate, probably.
Okay. Yeah,
like he's probably like suicidal or something. You know, like he's just got like
the funniest people are.
They are. Yeah, it's just if you want to be very funny, you have to be suicidal.
You have to want to kill yourself.
Yeah, that's it. That's
wait a second. So I'm Base Justice.
Oh yes, and I am Bam, and I have 6 M's in my name.
6 of them.
6 of them. 2, 2,
1, 2,
2.
3. 1, 2.
Or 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, like we discussed last week. 8 or 6.
Or 4, 2, which was wrong.
Yeah, that's what he said.
That's 8.
Yeah,
I've already messed it up.
I've
I've went off. And this is the Mostly Negative podcast.
Yeah, where we talk about whatever the fuck we want now.
That's right.
We're free.
We're free.
I fucking cut my wings, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
dude.
fucking going
I'm
wherever
gonna
I
fly,
want.
baby. I'm gonna fly.
I'm not talking about video games. I'm talking about Star Wars.
This is a gamer podcast, I thought.
Yeah.
It's called Mostly Negative.
Yeah, who the fuck? Oh, that's the thing though. I think the title is good for that actually,
Yeah.
because it is just
For
so,
just being
like,
anything.
for being anything.
We could just be
for
negative.
just being mostly
Yeah.
negative, which I don't even think we are mostly negative.
I don't think so either.
No, I
We're
mean I
like-
think we have
we're-
probably a more like like a negative disposition, maybe like more maybe we're complaining a bit.
Yeah.
But that's what people do.
Yeah.
We fucking complain. Like,
Yeah.
what
We're
would peop-
Redditors.
Yeah, what would humans have
We
to talk about if we
complain.
didn't complain? Like when you tell somebody about when you ask somebody like how your day was and you actually mean to talk to them about it,
Yeah.
you don't say it was the best day ever. You talk about the dumb shit that happened during your day.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
That's what people do. Like when you're talking to a passerby, you're like, it was good.
So
But when,
that's
like,
always like every time like I would go home, like I even do it now, like you
Yeah.
know, and it's almost just like a ritual. Hey Garrett, how was work? My dad asked me.
yeah, yeah.
Gay.
Yeah,
Like that's always
Fucking
that's
gay,
just
I
that's
hated it.
been like that's just
Yeah.
the fucking
Yeah. 'cause
always.
but I mean, that's what people do.
always.
Like you don't want, and even the person who's asking it, they
Yeah.
don't want to hear about the
Yeah,
good
no.
stuff. They're not like,
Yeah.
you're like, oh, you had a great day in my boss. Like, nah. Like, what about like that dude you don't like? Like,
Yeah.
did he do something today? Like, tell me what happened. You know, like,
me get that tea. What did he do?
Like, let me get the TMZ fucking clip of what fucking happened. You know,
Oh,
like
yeah.
everyone wants the bad shit. Like that's we
Yeah.
feed off of that. We like the fucking the the bullshit, the
Yeah.
fucking complaining.
I feel
all
like
that
I'm
sort of
not like a big like storyteller of like my like day to day though.
Yeah.
Like when someone like asks me, even if there is like drama, it's like, you know what, like I've met people who are like excellent at that. They're
Yeah,
like
like,
they're
well,
like
got-
this is what happened at work, and it's like, you know what, like I'm sure my life is just as interesting as that. Like
Yeah, but I'm
I just
not-
don't like
Yeah.
I'm not viewing it as a story like
Yeah,
you're
just
telling
going
it.
through it.
Yeah,
Yeah, these
but-
people are compiling a
Yeah.
fucking entire world
Yeah.
of fucking things to say.
A world.
Yes, today when I woke up. No,
Then this person cut me off. And-
I actually fucking, speaking of being cut off driving here, I didn't actually get cut off. I did make
Dude.
it here. It only took like 45 minutes.
Okay.
Pretty good for
Excellent.
Sarasota.
you
fucking-
left at 5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so not bad. you
Wait,
know.
where did you say we live?
Oh shit! They know. But
no.
but yeah, no, like driving here. No, I was listening to Two Bears, of course,
Okay.
because I'm always listening
Nice.
to like random episodes. Oh, I mean, I've listened to every single episode, but I didn't finish this week's episode. He had I forget the guy's name, something Russell. He's a fucking I've never even seen. I've
Russell
heard him.
Crowe.
No,
Russell Brand.
no, it was a different.
Okay.
This dude had this like super raspy voice.
Okay.
Fucking, but he was funny. But they were talking about. Well, they had this video of this fucking like. I'm just listening, but it was. I think it was a video of
Yeah.
like a.
You definitely
World War-
weren't watching it while driving.
Yeah,
Definitely
just-
not.
Well, I had my headset on.
Okay.
So it was
Oh,
fine.
of course. Yeah.
I had it like
Your
a little
Apple
above
Vision?
my. Yeah, I had it a little above my eye line, so like I
Okay,
I
yeah.
could see.
That's still under Twitch TOS, right?
Yeah, that's right. That's fine. I'm fine. Everybody else was doing it, and I was texting, but that was to the left.
Okay, there you go. And it was all in your peripherals, so
Yeah. So
you know.
who needs your peripherals when you
Yeah,
drive?
you can literally yeah.
Actually, speaking of that, Riley did text me, and he said he has one of the headsets, not the thing. He has
Yeah.
like an Oculus Rift or something. He said you can see out of the peripherals, so he
Oh.
said he assumes.
Oh,
that you-
excellent.
So we're good.
Oh, fucking
Throw 'em
yeah.
on.
Yeah, fucking
Everybody
start
wear your
driving with
fucking-
fucking your Oculus
I hope my
Quest
fucking
on.
plane. When I hope when I get on the next plane, the pilot walks out with an Apple Vision 2 on. He's like, "Good morning, fellas." You're like, "Are you gonna wear that?" He's like, "I am. Yes. This way I can watch a movie when I'm landing this plane."
No, actually, our pilots are blind, and this helps them see.
Yes. Yeah. This is actually somebody
Equal
else is
opportunity
flying.
airlines.
The real pilot is not on the plane, and this man is being told through his eyes how to fly. Now, but yeah. So the Oculus Rift, fucking driving, wasn't watching, listening, but it was
Yeah.
a fucking. I think it was like World War I or World War II vet.
Okay.
And this guy's like a legit vet, like he's like a Medal of Honor
Yeah.
recipient, and he's talking about like the fucking. He's just like very candidly talking about the amount of people he's killed.
Oh my god.
And he's like, "Well, I must have killed, over 1,000 with artillery."
Yeah.
And thing. He goes, "There's, a lot of targets." He goes, "Then probably another 600 or so with rifle and grenade." He goes, "And then I hold the record for the most hand-to-hand combat kills with
What?
over 20." He's just like
Yeah.
an old man, like this,
Okay.
like fucking decrepit, like, just very candidly talking about it. And then he's like, a lot of times, I really like that hand-to-hand combat. He goes, sometimes, I could have shot him,
Yeah.
but I'd rather hit him with my rifle.
Jesus
he's just
Christ, dude.
Yeah. But, and honestly, he probably has less fucking inflection than I'm putting on his voice, like dead voice.
Okay.
Like just talking about like brutally murdering.
Just dead inside.
Yeah, just brutally murdering like crazy amounts of people. Like, and it's war, and like especially back then, war was probably a lot more fucking gruesome.
Oh yeah.
You know, like
it was
you're
intimate.
not fucking, you're not flying a drone.
Yeah.
You know, like
Oh, yeah.
shit, like it was real. I mean, I'm sure it is
Obama
now too. I
drone.
don't know shit about real war.
Right.
So, you know, fucking, you know, who knows? But regardless, it was just interesting listening to that. And then they were talking about like that person, like that archetype of human.
Okay.
You know, like
wait, so did they have him on?
No, they were just watching a clip of this.
Okay,
And they were
gotcha,
talking about, like,
gotcha.
but it was just interesting. Like, and something I've thought about it a lot before about like archetypes of people.
Okay.
Like what archetype you are.
Yeah.
You know, like what you think of yourself as like a human. Like this guy, that guy is a fucking warrior.
Yeah.
Like he's a warrior. Like,
I have I already have one in mind.
you have like your class.
I think I'm honestly like I'm like a Final Fantasy jester.
Jester?
Like
You're
I'm
an
a
entertainer?
jester class.
You're an entertainer. I could see that.
Yeah,
That's, if
yeah,
I
I'm a
were to give
jester.
you, if I were to identify you, I'd say you are an
You know,
entertainer.
I'm the sarcastic character and like, you know, I'm the comic relief.
Yep.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
You know, that's how I see myself.
I'm funny to myself.
Yeah, I'm
and
fucking
that's all that
hilarious.
matters.
I'm
laugh,
funny.
Laugh at me. No, but yeah, I think it like fucking, you know, people have like those things, and like those people are like, you know, like that guy is like a vital part of like human structure.
Yeah.
And then it's interesting, like to think about like what, you know, like those archetypes, like what happens to them as things like that phase out.
Yeah.
You know, like what happens to the warrior? What happens to the fucking, you know, like the knight who like rode
the
around
people
for his
whose
king.
like DNA like had to be that, and
Yes,
like
for
now
the
like
success
it's
of,
like
of people
for
there
survival.
had to be that people, because it gets into people talk about like fucking, you know, like sociopaths and like how it's not they don't understand what causes it.
Right.
You know, like I think there's weird things about that. I mean, there's all the people who are like, oh, you know, like I'm not talking about the people who were like fucking, you know, like molested as a child.
Right.
And then they became that way and they were abused and neglected and they're fucking Dahmer. Now I'm talking about the person who like legitimately was just born that way. Like they didn't have a fucked up raising. They didn't have anything wrong. Like nothing happened. They're just like, they just have this fucking, their brain operates differently. Like they don't feel the same way. They don't fucking, you know, they don't get in those high tense situations. Like they don't, you know, they don't feel the stress. They don't do those sort of things. And like, you know, where do those people go? You know, like I always I figure like those people become like, you know, like they could be like a fighter jet pilot or like a fucking surgeon or like, you know, and they also say like, you ever hear those studies where they talk about like fucking, you know, people in business, like the correlation between like a sociopath and a CEO. Like a lot of those people have, you know, sociopathic tendencies or whatever the fuck they want to call it.
Right.
You know, just because it like identifies with that. But yeah, no, I was just interesting to think about. And then I was going to say, like, I wanted to see what you thought, but that's what you thought your archetype was.
So I already have one in mind for you.
Yeah.
But I want to know.
I had one in mind.
I want to know. Oh yeah. Well, what do you say that your archetype is? Yeah.
It's not a nice one.
Okay.
But I've thought about it many a times, I've always, so I mean, like I said, the sociopath term to me is not as negative as people make it sound. I think it's always put to like serial killers and fucking lunatics and stuff. Like I think that class of like psychopath, sociopath, like those people are people who have like endured trauma to become that. Like they weren't like fucking cutting people's heads off and, you know, making lamps out of their teeth and shit like when they were born. Like, they endured some form of trauma which caused that in most cases.
Right.
So like for me, I never, you know, I never thought of it as like that. But, you know, like growing up, like I remember, you know, like when I was in college, my fucking, you know, like so I was a you know, business psychology major.
Yeah,
like
I remember that.
And yeah. So I had like 2 minors to make a major. But anyways, my like the head of the psych department there was because I would just write these like fucking like for the classes and stuff. I wouldn't ever do the prompts. I would just write like crazy shit in written form of what I was thinking. And she was like, "Hey, so you want to talk to me?" But anyways, what ended up happening was that that school had an attendance policy, which I'm not a big attender of class.
Gotcha.
You know, I was like, I don't.
Of course not.
I was like,
I could skip today.
Yeah, I was like, I don't really want to go. Like, if I can do well in your course. Like, I'm
Yeah.
not, why do I have to be there? You know, like,
Yeah.
but anyway, so she came to the agreement with me, like, you can stay in my major.
Yeah.
You don't have to go to any more like psychology oriented courses. You know, you still have to submit your work and stuff.
Okay.
But you have to meet with me.
Oh, fuck. Okay. Yeah.
So I would just go.
So
and
she'd
like,
give you, she'd like
it was
break you
essentially-
down,
she would just, we would just like
Yeah.
sit and chat. For
try
like
to
an
figure
hour.
you out.
Yeah. We would just like hang out and talk and stuff. And
I
she
remember
was-
you telling me a little bit about this.
Yeah,
right?
it was definitely weird. Like,
Yeah.
It wasn't like, there was nothing like sexual or like any
Yeah.
like weird like relationship sort of thing.
Right.
But it was just like,
It'd be cool if it was.
yeah, fucking yeah, cool teacher. No, it was just like she just was, you know, like asking me questions. But she would,
Yeah.
she oftentimes would say that she's like, you are what I would call is like a sociopath.
Okay.
Like, I'm not like,
Yeah.
like to me, I would always you just assume that as like a bad thing.
Yeah,
and stuff. 'Cause you're
right.
like, oh, it's like a fucking, you know, like that's the person who wants to like chop people, which I have
Yeah.
zero, because it's like I don't understand when they say like, oh, those people like, you know, like when they always say with that type of person, like, oh, they don't know what's wrong and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like I might not react to things, but like I know what's right, and like I
Yeah.
would never just fucking chop people's heads because I'd be like, oh, that's fucking stupid, you know? Like why would I do that? Like I
Yeah.
don't want to fucking go to jail. Like I
Yeah.
don't, like I don't, and it's also dumb. Like I don't,
Yeah.
like no, you know, like it just seems stupid to me that that's even, you know, like they say how like smart these people are and how
Yeah.
high functioning. And I'm like, you can't be high functioning
not
if you're
smart.
chopping people
Yeah,
up
that's
and
not
like,
fucking smart.
having sex with their dead body. Like,
Yeah.
you're not intelligent.
There's
you
nothing
know?
smart about that.
Yeah, no, like if
Yeah.
you were intelligent, you wouldn't do
Yeah.
that. You'd be like, that's stupid. I shouldn't do that. I
Yeah,
shouldn't
let me
carry
discard
that.
that
Out.
thought.
Yeah, like let's fucking toss that.
Discarded.
Yeah, that's fucking bad.
I feel like I don't know. I don't think that you're a
No.
sociopath
No.
like at all.
No, well,
But I remember you telling me that someone
Yeah.
thought that you were, but I mean
Yeah.
like obviously, you know,
Yeah.
like you
well, I don't think I'm that at all. That what I would if I were to give myself, and I've thought it's important, and then and especially it was reinforced in like I've always thought of it, and then when I had my son, then it was like
Yeah.
really concreted into me.
yeah,
So it'll sound bad in the beginning, but I'm a village killer.
village killer.
Yeah. So
Okay, go on. What the fuck?
so when you're in your village, now this is like this is like fucking olden times.
Okay,
you know,
yeah.
like you're in your village.
Right.
We're hunter gatherers. You know, we
course.
go out. We have to hunt berries. You know, and like you have your fucking 30 people
Yeah.
that you provide for. Your people
Mhm.
provide for. You know, you have this plot of land, fucking, you know, a 10 by 10 square mile, whatever the fuck group of land that you are, you know, farming and
Yeah.
living off of, and this is what keeps your. Are we recording?
Yeah, we're good.
But yeah, so this is what.
The
you know,
fuck is that sound?
I don't
Okay,
know.
keep going.
Yeah. But yeah, so this is what you care about. This is everything. This is your fucking gene line. This is your fucking, you know, it's your way of living. It's your tradition. It's everything you've ever cared about in a little fucking, you know, cluster around you.
Yeah.
If another group imposed on that area,
Okay.
so they come in
Yeah.
and they say they set up in your, they're now overlapping into your land.
Okay.
So now that same group has the same group of people. You know, they're not
Yeah.
bad by any means. They're doing the exact same thing that you're doing. They have
Right.
families. They want to provide for them. They want to
Yeah.
do all that. But by them encroaching on your land,
Yeah.
your family can't survive.
Right.
So you needed a person in your tribe who could go to that village and wipe them out
Okay.
to keep your village alive.
Okay.
And that was
Yeah.
the thing. Like
Yeah.
you needed a person who is okay to be like my family over yours.
I gotta go kill these people.
Yeah, yeah. To be
Okay.
like you might be looking at an exact reflection
Yeah.
of you, like a family of people who are just trying to also survive, but
Yeah.
it's their family or yours.
So
And in the olden times,
Yeah.
you needed somebody who was capable of doing that and not shattering as
Okay.
a human.
so pretty much like what you're saying is like for your tribe, like
Yeah, it's a person
family,
you'd send
your
to be like,
family,
hey, like there's
and,
another group
you know,
coming close. Like
yeah.
it'd be cool if they weren't there. You know? Like I don't really want to think about like what happens to them, but like if they take all our fucking deer, we're gonna starve this winter.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I don't want to go over there. And I know that's Jim. You know, it's Jim, and I fucking know his kid. You'd be like, well,
Yeah.
but it's us or them. You know, like so back then that person needed to exist.
Yeah.
Like there needed to be.
And
someone,
that's what you would have been if you were.
That's what I would
born
categorize
back-
myself
okay.
as. So I
Yeah.
don't serve a purpose.
Gotcha.
Anymore. But I have that's the but it's like that
Well,
person.
I think you do like I mean if you like think about it like I mean like how I view you is like you know from like a human like survival standpoint
Yeah.
of like you as a family, like you are existing so like that your son and like offspring can like you know grow and like become humans and like like you're just your whole like ideals are just like putting your people first, which I don't think like you don't have to be a killer to like do that.
No, I think there's different levels because everyone wants that. Idea. Like everyone wants that.
And I think that's like awesome that like you
I think they're just
have that.
I think that's I mean that's obviously the human feeling is to want to protect your own. You know, like, and in the greater sense of things, you would always choose to protect humans in general, you know, like over a fucking, you know, if you saw a kid fall into Harambe's pit, you would shoot Harambe.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Like, fuck this gorilla. I don't care if it's just doing what gorillas do. That's a kid down there. You're going to die, gorilla, because I am man, you know, like, but yeah, no, so that's, you know,
I mean, it's not far off. Village Killer isn't far off from what I was gonna say.
And it's not a bad. And the other thing too, with the context of that, it's not like the Village Killer doesn't want to kill villages.
Right.
He has
to.
They can.
He can.
They can. If they had to, they could. But they're not like sitting there like, damn, I hope some fucking village comes
they
close.
Pull up.
Yeah, like, I can't wait. Like they have they have no.
There's gonna be a civil war.
Like, hey, you want to live next door to me, neighbor? You know, like no, like they have zero. Like it's not like you have an inclination to ever do that. It's just that this person existed as like a fail safe for your community to continue on. And like I said, I think that person existed. They were just it was there who was someone who was able to do, you know, whatever it took for your family. And I think it's along the same vein of those, like, you know, like that, you know, fighting, whatever. It's the people who can, you know, like essentially separate that guilt or trauma or whatever that would normally incur on a person for doing something like that. Okay. But with the context of, you know, like that's the thing, like there is that key factor too. Like obviously there's no inclination, but also like it would never happen without need. Right. You know, so if you didn't have a family to protect or do something like that person wouldn't carry out those things. They wouldn't be like, yo, dog, can you just go? They wouldn't be a mercenary. You know, like they wouldn't. Yeah. This is like explicitly designed, you know, like I said, like I think it's like it's in like you're talking about like genetics. Like this is like a thing they put in. Like, hey, every fucking 5 generations, let's drop one of these in. Yeah. To protect this
into the character creator.
Yeah. Yeah. Like that's how I look at it. I literally look at it as like it's like a fucking. It's like a gene protector. Yeah. It's like we like this gene pool. This is our gene pool. What's a way we can keep it alive? They're like, well, every 4 generations, like we want people who are, you know, loving and caring and work hard and protect, you know, and want to procreate and create more of this. But like every once in a while, we need somebody who's alive.
Nightmare guy.
Yeah. Nightmare. Murder. Yeah. Who is there to protect it too? Who is willing to do that without it crushing, because we don't want them to die off. You know, we don't want our gene pool to die off. We don't want us to fucking fall off the planet. But
so I have some ideas and some thoughts like regarding that. So first, I'll ask you these in a second, but I guess because I want to know what my class is. But I'll say, so you said that your archetype of character is Village Killer, which isn't far off from what I imagined you, which I was just gonna say like maybe Gunblade, or Mage.
Gunblade. Depends on the game you're playing.
I don't know. I feel like you. Podcast. I think you like fall into like the protector class. Yeah. Which is like maybe protector class like involves the village killers, and it's like you know, typically like people who can stay up late at night.
That's a better
and
name.
Like it's protector.
That's a more appropriate name.
That's also like a part of it is like like being more nocturnal.
I think you're up at night. You're it's just like in you. It's like created into you. But I mean, but it was really because I mean, like it's funny. Like I remember we had my son. I was like, though I remember asking her one day. I was like, what would you do for our son?
Oh God, you after that?
Yeah. But those are the thoughts that like immediately upon having my son, those just entered my brain. Yeah. Like I would kill.
It's like holy shit,
1,000 people.
You're like a sleeper agent.
I would kill anybody. Yeah. The only person the only person I would hesitate. Would be my wife, and the only option would be like, could she stay instead of me? Yeah. But other than that,
Yeah.
Without, they'd be like, "Oh, your mom, dad, fucking gone." Like without, they'd be like, "You got it, gone, instant." Like no hesitation, no fucking thought. I'd be like, 1,000 babies, like gone, crush them with my hands, like don't care. Like there'd be literally no hesitation. That, but that thought like instantly went through my brain. Like first month of having a child, like,
wow,
oh, this is it. Now it wasn't like like I said, I had considered those things before. Like, what is your? I've always thought about that. Like, oh, like what is your role? I'm very big into like, what's your purpose?
Right.
And I think people. I think getting into the theology a little bit. I think we're all like love and wisdom, meaning like we our purpose is to find is to love, and wisdom being find your purpose.
Okay.
So like I've always contemplated that sort of stuff to think like what are you here for? Like I think that is our ultimate design. Like I think if what
are you here for?
Yeah, like what are you here for? Like what is your purpose? Because I think this like this whatever you want to call it, we are this portion of our lives.
Yeah.
I do believe in an afterlife. I believe that there is some higher power, but I think that this is just like fucking hour one of that.
Okay.
Of like starting to test out what are you here for? Because your ultimate goal is to find out what your purpose is, and then you serve that purpose.
Right.
Heaven is not you floating around happy. You are happy, but you're functioning. You have a function. Like it's another society.
You think you're gonna like work?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not in the context that we think of, like going to work.
Yeah.
But you will have a
like
purpose.
Working the work.
Yeah.
Think
Not
of the
like
expanse.
going to,
Protomolecule.
Yeah. No, like you have a purpose. That's what I think. Like, this life is a, to me, like that's how I look at it. Like this is like the beginning of that journey.
Okay.
I think that it's rare if you were to find that during this portion of your life.
Okay.
If you find a tangent line of that is, going to put you towards that maybe or whatever. But I think that is like the main goal. So it's something I've always considered like, oh, so that led to that form of thinking where I was like, okay, well, like maybe what were your, like in the scale of humanity, like in the scale of like over time, like this is our current day version of people is a fraction of what people were. It's heavily outweighed by the caveman village killer. That's more of what our genetics are. More of our genetics are he's being a heathen.
Yeah.
Like being civilized is a short part of our lives.
Yeah.
As a span of humanity. Most of the time, humanity was just fucking monsters.
It's a learned skill.
Yeah.
It's a learned skill.
Yeah, we're still not that civilized.
No, not at all.
No, like
as you've seen as you were driving over here.
Like it's still just fucking people. Some people are still crazy.
So what would you say? What is my class?
Well, so you said jester. I was going to say like entertainer or like I think it falls into the same vein as like a care. Like care. Yeah. Because you
I can also gather people.
Yeah. Like you're like you're like you want to make you want to like give
mayor class.
Yeah, mayor class.
Mayor.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you want to like help. You want to entertain people.
Yeah.
You want to like lead
Dude, these
them.
are so good. Do you want one?
No, I'm okay.
Or please have one.
No, I'm okay. Thank
so
you.
Good. They're turkey.
They do look really good. I'm a vegan.
Yeah. You're vegan now?
No.
Oh, you motherfucker.
I already was vegan.
Yeah.
But
disgusting.
No, yeah, that's because you are spot on with what I would say with you too, which is cool though. I think that's really good. Yeah. Like I think as people like to sit down and think about those things or to like have a grasp on like what kind of person you are, and then also more importantly than that, of what you think of yourself. Yeah. Is what other people think of you because fucking only God can judge you. That's fucking bullshit. That's the only person who doesn't judge you. The world judges you. You need to understand.
I think that's like
the judgment that's being cast down.
Manifestation, like actually, is like like thinking of what like you are, and then like you project it by like, oh, this is what I want. Yeah, I'm showing that to the world.
Yeah, push that forward into the world.
But
fucking Sylvan mind control.
Dude, this is so fucking deep.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ!
It's a gaming podcast.
I haven't like said a lot because like this whole time. We don't have video yet, but I've just been sitting here like jaw dropped, like what the fuck?
Oh shit!
No, I'm just kidding. But so from like bringing it back to the material world, and talking about like survival, because you mentioned your family, your tribe.
Yeah, my tribe. My village.
Yeah, your village, which is your family, and then maybe sometimes extends to your friends.
Yeah, whatever it is, whatever it is in that context.
But and then you mentioned child falling into Harambe's bin.
Yeah, humans.
So now that is
it depends on the context.
And I think like context matters, and I think also like as far as I mean, we're like, we have evolved to survive.
Yeah.
Right. And
Well, that's why we have evolved.
that's
Because we
why,
survive.
yeah, because, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that is it. We only evolve. We own the person who didn't protect their gene line isn't around anymore. You know,
Yeah.
like if they didn't have the village killer, they don't
Yeah.
exist anymore.
No.
So that is a dominant trait. That's
Yeah.
something that needed to be passed down. The person who never got that gene pool died off.
Yeah.
You know, like it's the same thing. If you look in fucking nature, like the apex fucking predator, the apex thing, like that is what pushes through. You know, like
Yeah.
we are still animals at the end of the day. Like we
Yeah.
are, you know, like we don't have any of those. We don't really need that sort of stuff anymore because we, you know, like the present day life, you know, like, you know, we're not being pushed to those extremes anymore.
Yeah.
You know, and somebody who, you know, like sick people can survive. I think we're not fucking,
Yeah.
you know, like things like that. Like you could be born with some sort of ailment that you just, you know, current day medicine, you know,
Yeah.
medicine just keeps you alive. You know, you take something and you're fucking fine forever.
Yeah.
And, you know, now that gets passed down. you know,
Right,
But
yeah.
in the past, it wouldn't. Because it would
Yeah.
you would
Yeah.
survive. you
Yeah.
know, like you just wouldn't survive.
You're-
You know, like,
well, you
and really not
were
even
meant
that
to.
distant
Yeah.
past, like
Yeah.
fucking 100 years ago.
Yeah. Maybe less.
Yeah,
Yeah, less.
You're like, oh, sorry.
Still
you-
in some places.
Yeah, you got some fucking, you got a fucking, you know,
but-
you got a cough, time to die, you're 25.
Sucks. Oh, you have diarrhea?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh shit, you got the runs?
But
Well, it's been nice knowing you.
so ultimately, you know, we see a lot of people who like aren't having kids,
Yeah.
but like ultimately, like we want humans to survive,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
that
yeah,
that
as
should
a
be
whole.
like that should be like our greatest goal.
Yes.
It's like, you know, like okay, well, first is if you have a family, that to survive, but then at the end of the day, we need humans to keep living, right?
yeah.
But then like where do we broaden that? Like do we?
Well, I think
like
when-
eventually, like should we be like, well, also, you know, like I'm thinking like, you know, future, like
Yeah,
if,
well, everything. Well, I
you
think
know-
that's what happens. I think that is I think that is the process of getting to the top.
Yeah.
So as you're fighting to the top of, you know, dominance as a species or
Yeah.
whatever, you know, as you're getting up there, you know, like fuck extinction, fuck pollution, fuck whatever. Like we don't care about any of that because we're fighting we have not secured our position. But once you make it to the top, it is the responsibility of the top to protect the rest.
yeah.
So like that's where we are now. I think as humans, I think that's why we have like conservation,
Yeah.
you know, fucking trying to find clean energy.
Well,
trying to,
even
like,
if we
everything.
even if we like all die away, like, and you know, as much as we've ruined this world, even if we nuke the entire planet,
Yeah.
there will be shit that comes after.
Yeah,
that'll
everything. Yeah,
that'll
it'll
do
continue
fine.
on. Yeah.
But like I do like think of these scenarios like, okay, like if the Earth just went away, you know, at the end of the day, like what is like a success? Is a success, you know, obviously we want humans to exist.
Yeah.
But really, if life can continue to go on, like
Yeah, now
period,
they're-
even as like, you know, like if there's a spaceship somewhere with bacteria on it, like,
Yeah.
and that's, you know,
Yeah, I think
that's-
if you broaden it to that scale,
Yeah.
yes. But if you look through it through your own lens,
yeah,
so if it was like, so if you would just put it real time, so
Mhm.
if it was like, hey, tomorrow, fucking this, you know, thing is coming that's gonna wipe out,
Yeah.
you know, everybody. Meaning, like, right for me, I'd be like, so like your sun will be gone.
yeah,
And I'd be like, oh, I'm gonna destroy everything in its path. Like I will,
Yeah.
no, like
Yeah.
I will fight, you know, tooth and nail. It'll be you know, like there will be no, you know, every possible thing, every tool I have available, I would use to prevent that.
Right.
Even if they were like, well, other things will live afterwards. I'd be like, I don't care, you know, like,
yeah,
you know, like it does not matter to me at all. Like, so I think in the broad scale of things, that is true, but in real time, that would
Yeah.
go away.
yeah, of
But
course.
so I think when the stakes are raised like that, we still would just revert back to like our animalistic nature of like me over
Me
you.
monkey, yeah.
me over
Me.
you. You know, like
Yeah.
you know, like, and that's just, yeah, like that's, you know, it's like fucking Lord of the Flies.
Yeah,
You know, like eventually, you know, when shit gets hard enough, you know, like you will push to that point. You know, like you'll fucking, you know, like that, you know, what was that in the fucking 70s, that plane that crashed and like eating people and shit. And I
Yeah.
was like, how could they cannibalize people? How could they do that? I'm like, it was either that or starve.
yeah.
Why
Easily.
is that even a
Yeah,
discussion?
yeah.
If you were like, we either die here or
Mhm.
we eat the dead bodies. I'd be like, eat the bodies.
Yeah.
Like, what do you mean? Like, why are we even talking about this? Like, fucking cut them
Yeah.
up, chop them up, let's fry them up.
Let's
Like,
fucking get them.
let's go after it. Like, what do you mean? Like, it's either that or we die.
Yeah.
Like it'd be one thing if it was like they had snacks, you know, like
Yeah.
and they're chopping up the other guy. You know, it's like,
Oh,
all
they have
right,
peanuts
all right.
every
Maybe
year. Well,
maybe we can hold off
get
on
some
the
red
fucking
meat.
yeah, like, maybe we can hold off a little bit
Jesus.
longer. But
yeah,
yeah, like it's
that
all
makes sense.
it's all about context. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you know, like I said, I think thinking about that sort of stuff, thinking about your role and all that sort of stuff, it's interesting to think about. And yeah. But yeah,
Can
no,
I have 2? No, just kidding.
17.
Just throw fucking 2 in my mouth.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, shit.
Ooh, new flavor. Peppermint.
Peppermint.
We should get a sponsor
Zen, like
by
I said,
Zen.
get fucked.
But damn, dude, this has been real.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I feel like I have like a lot to think about.
Yeah, no, I think it's like I said, I think it's good. I think it's good to think about those things, like that sort of style of thinking and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, a lot of that thought. So, like, I was also I was always like a religious person. I would say,
yeah.
like, I've always been into that sort of thinking. In college, I had a minor in theology. Like, I studied that sort of stuff. But I think even for people who don't believe in anything, I think what religion does, what theology does, maybe if you don't call it religion, people get stuck, spiritualism, whatever you want to call it. No, don't identify it with a fucking organization.
Right.
If you just push yourself to think about like that sort of stuff, even if you don't believe in anything else, like it lends yourself, it puts yourself into, like this state where you start thinking about that sort of stuff, which I think is good for everyone. So that's why, like, I look at like spiritualism and stuff as a good thing for everyone. Even if people are like, I don't believe in shit.
I think so, typically.
Yeah, I'm like, just fucking.
Except for that one.
Except for that one, the one group.
Yeah, that one.
No, but yeah, it just, thinking about that stuff and that style of thinking, like thinking about like our purpose and why we're here and all that, like, yeah, even if you think it's all bullshit and stuff, it puts that sort of stuff into scale, and it's worth thinking about. I think it betters you as a person. It puts things into scale. It gives you like a meaning. Like for me personally, like I said, I think like, when people just like, for people who think like when they die, it's just like all black.
Yeah.
Forever.
It's fucking sad.
It's a horrible. Why?
There
is no benefit.
I've thought that for a long time.
Yeah, just lie. Just lie. Even if you truly don't, just lie.
Like I don't know if I like truly believe that, but like, I was gonna ask you, are you? I think I already knew that answer. You consider yourself Christian?
Yes. Then. Yeah. If I were to lean towards anything, but that's just because it's what I'm most comfortable with.
We're culturally Christians.
Yes, yeah, it's what I know the most of. It's like I haven't read the fucking Quran.
Were your parents Catholic or just regular?
My dad is Catholic. My mom is, I don't even know. We didn't go to church or anything.
Yeah,
like it wasn't like a fucking.
See, I grew up going to church. I was a Presbyterian.
Yeah.
So like I feel like I am like culturally a Christian, but like that. And now like I did identify as atheist, and then I was like, well, that's cringe as fuck. Yeah. So now, like, I'm just nothing. And now it's like, well, like, if someone asked me, it's like, well, culturally, I'm a Christian.
Yes. If you were to put me in a group. Well, so then what do you think happens when you die?
Jeez, let me think about that.
Yeah, like what happens when the lights
nothing.
go fucking dark. No, it's fine if you think that.
I do think that.
Yeah. But so what's that? What is the benefit of thinking that over thinking that there's something else?
I don't think that there's like a benefit to it. I feel like it's just that seems logically what is probably going to happen. So but like also it's not something that like I think about all the time. Okay. It's just like, but also like, well, because I'm culturally Christian, there's something like deep in me that like it's like even if you are like an atheist and like, but you grew up Christian, like if your plane is fucking falling down to the ground, like you're asking to pray. And I can't say that like I haven't prayed. Like of course I have, like even in like recent years. So like maybe it's like that deep seated proto molecule, like deep inside me, where I'm like, well, maybe maybe there's gotta be. It feels like there probably should be. It feels like there should be, I guess.
Yeah, the way I look at it, as even if they scientifically proven everything to show that fucking this is the reason why you feel love, and this is the fucking cell, this is the chemical that's released because here and XYZ, even if they did all of that, it's when you die, you die.
Yeah.
So if you were right, good for you. It turned all black. But who cares? Like, just believe otherwise.
Change.
Believe that
Yeah.
it could be better, because
Yeah.
it doesn't matter if you were wrong, and it's black.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter. so just believe that it's good.
Yeah.
Because why not? You know, it's not
I
going to hurt.
feel
You're not going to get to the end and be like,
it's-
fuck yes, it's all black. And then
I
just
think
disappear. You know?
Yeah, I told you.
I fucking told
Bastards,
you.
it wasn't real.
Yeah, like, you're not. It's
yeah.
not a good thing. Like,
Yeah.
you would be much happier. I think in the end, like, I would be interested to hear. I think I meet a lot of people who are our age and younger who say they're atheists.
Yeah.
I have never met an old person who's an atheist.
Right.
Someone who's close to
Yeah.
death.
Oh yeah.
I've never met a close to death atheist.
Well,
you?
that's like also like a thing about like, you know, religion, and like specific, probably every religion has this, but like you need God when you're weakest.
Yeah.
Like that's when you need.
Yeah, like
you know?
I'd be really interested to do like find a person
Yeah.
who's about to die who truly believes that like it's just lights off.
I think like probably like my biggest like influence for like all of this is of course my dad.
Mhm.
So my dad, he had a disease, and he like this was a long time ago, like
Yeah.
maybe like 25 years ago. He had a disease. He was in the hospital, and like pretty much like he could have died.
Yeah.
He was in the hospital for a long time, and he, you know, mentions to me like that's when he went back, you know, really like accepted Jesus and like God, and then also like he mentions he's such a cool guy because like he's also like not like a stereotypical Christian, like
Yeah.
you know, he believes in UFOs and like believes in all this
Yeah, all
like
sorts of
crazy like
stuff.
different dimensions.
Yeah,
like he's
yeah.
got his own ideas, which I think are like awesome. But like
awesome.
one thing like he swears by, he's like, Garrett, like I have guardian angels,
Yeah.
like straight up, like that is like
That's
saved
cool.
him on like multiple parts of his lives. One is this is a really interesting one. So every Friday when we were kids, this was in the 90s, me and my sister would be picked up by my dad,
Mhm.
and we would go and do something like go see a movie or go do this. And one Friday we couldn't go, so we had to stay at our mom's. And my dad said he went to the movie theater, and just like he normally would have if he had us. And he
Yeah.
said he got a car accident, and it like smashed the part of the car where like we
You
would have
would've
been
been.
at. And like that's like one of the moments he's like, yeah, like if you guys were there,
Yep.
you know, that's one of his
One of
guardian
his things.
angels.
Yeah, it's
is-
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and regardless of whether or not someone could argue a million reasons why it's not,
Yeah.
what is the why?
Yeah.
Why not just believe that it's a guard? Why not?
Y equals mx plus b.
Yeah, like like why not just believe in a
Yeah.
in a good like, because that is just an awesome sentiment.
Yeah.
It's an awesome
It
feeling.
is badass.
It empowers you.
Yeah.
It makes you feel stronger.
Yeah.
There is literally no negative.
So
when
do you think being religious makes you stronger?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
it's just a benefit. It's
Yeah.
never. I mean, I can't say never. It
Yeah.
definitely is a negative sometimes.
Okay.
Some people take it to the extremes.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
I think church people can
Yeah.
be fucking maniacs, but that's
I think
that's people.
organized
Yeah.
religion in general
Organized, yeah.
is usually not great.
Yeah.
Because there's other motivations.
Yeah.
You know, like
even
when
though
you-
my experience was like awesome and
Yeah.
fine, but like, you know, me thinking about my future with Sarah, like it's like, well, would I want a kid to like go to youth group? I know what they do in Catholic churches.
Yeah.
It didn't happen to me,
Yeah.
but like,
Yeah.
you know, like
Shit like
I
that,
don't
yeah.
trust people.
Yeah, no,
So-
yeah, it's definitely real. I think like, and that's the same thing. But I think just having the conversations about like the spiritual conversations about things like they just benefit people. Like it's
Yeah.
just a good thing to do. Like to think about that sort of
Yeah.
stuff. To fucking, you know, push yourself to beyond. To think about, you know, what happens. You know, like I said, we don't. You know, when you're younger, you don't really give a shit.
Yeah.
You don't think about that sort of stuff,
Yeah.
and you know, it's never important to you. And it's easy to think that, you know, whatever, it's all black. It doesn't fucking
Yeah.
because it's not happening to me right now. You know, like. I'm fucking invincible right now.
Yeah.
You know, like, so it's just not something you think about. It's not,
Yeah.
you know, but I think it's good to think. I mean, the earlier you think about it, the better.
Yeah. So I did think about that shit a lot as
Yeah.
a kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
In contrary.
Yeah.
But so when I was a kid, you know, again, I grew up in the church. And then like when I was a little kid, like as soon as, you know, I was always going to church, and they'd, you know, do the stuff. So the stuff they do the stuff to my butt. You know what they do?
no.
They do the stuff to my butt.
You know what they do
when
in church.
when they
They didn't do that every Wednesday to you.
No, like when I started like going to Sunday school and like actually like learning with like teachers, I was like, oh yeah, fuck yeah, God is awesome.
Yeah.
And so I always believed in God as a kid. And then I think like probably third grade is like when, I mean, I was on meds,
Yeah.
you know, Adderall and
Yeah.
fucking whatever. But, you know, I remember like thinking about it, and
That's young.
maybe this is why I became atheist. Yeah. I was thinking about, you know, heaven. And it's just like, you know, it's this daunting like feeling. It's like, oh fuck, like that shit's forever.
Yeah.
Like forever is
Forever.
daunting. It's like I don't know if like
If you're
even like
right.
in third grade I was like I don't know if I
That's a lot.
want to, you know, forever.
That's
you
true.
know?
I never thought about that. Yeah, that is a lot of pressure to think of something
Yeah.
that's permanent.
Eternal
permanent.
eternity
Yeah.
is insane to think about.
Yeah, I think that's a really good
But I think
point.
that was like scary for me. It's like, you know,
The
holy-
magnitude of that.
Yeah. Yeah, the magnitude.
Yeah.
It's like Lovecraftian.
Yeah,
You
it's
know,
just like
it's
too
like,
much
oh,
for a human,
fuck.
like in our scale of
Yes.
things, to think of something that is an eternity
Yeah.
is not fathomable.
Yeah. No.
Like it's not possible for us to grasp
Yeah.
it. Like it's just too much.
Eternity.
Yeah.
You know, like
No,
yeah.
that is, it's a good point to
But-
think, like to address those sort of. Yeah, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I think I don't know. I think another thing that like helps me with my understanding of it and stuff is like the way I look at the afterlife. Like,
Okay.
I mean, first of all, I don't believe in hell.
Right.
I don't think there's a hell.
Right.
I think that hell, like when I talked about last week when they put you at the back of the line,
Yeah.
hell is self-generated.
Okay.
So when you die, there is an afterlife.
Right.
What you make of it is what you make of it.
Okay.
So if you are a fucking horrible person who, whatever your vice might have been,
Yeah.
if you just continue into that vice, that will be your existence.
Okay.
And that would be hell.
Yeah.
So like the impatient person.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously that's a very minor thing, but just for ease of explaining, like if that was truly the thing that drove you crazy,
Yeah.
and instead of you finding your purpose, finding
Yeah.
that wisdom that's inside of you, what you're supposed to
Damn,
do,
Okay.
finding that love.
Dude, this is lore, man. This is
Yeah,
lore.
yeah,
I feel
it's-
like I need to like write a book down. We
Yeah.
need to make this. I don't know.
Make
like,
it a religion
a
and
new
start a
religion,
cult.
a mostly negative cult.
Yeah, yeah, but no, I think
So if you're like a purposeless
yes,
human,
if you're unable to break out of that small-mindedness, that
Yeah.
issue that's driving you crazy, that whatever the anxiety, whatever it is, you will create a hell of
Yeah.
your own, and hell will be completely real to you. It will be a real thing.
Yeah.
But God didn't put you there.
right?
God, whatever you want to call it, is an entity that built us as like a.
Do you think it's an intelligent entity?
I don't know
Okay.
that it's I don't even think it's not fathomable. It's
Do you
not
think it's just
explainable.
like yeah?
I don't think we even.
I
have
think the way
words
like
or the-
I've sorry, I'm like interrupting.
No, I want to
But
hear.
I guess like one thing like I have, through my atheism.
Yeah.
No, I've like read things like about like different dimensions, and it's like, well, wait a second, like then the universe is God in
Yeah,
a
could
way,
be.
or also like God could be like in different like contexts. Like one, like the sun, like if
Yeah.
we didn't have the sun, like so that in a
It could
way
be anything.
is
It could
God.
literally, yeah. What there are so many different definitions of it. There's so many,
Yeah.
whatever you want to, and that's why, like God for me, like Jesus, whatever, fucking
Yeah.
Muhammad, whatever the fuck you want to, Buddha, like it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It does not matter the name. Like our words and our understanding, our ability to understand is fucking 0.00001% of
Yeah.
what it really truly is. So it doesn't really matter. But I do think that the reason that anything exists, and or a heightened being, whatever you want to call us in the scheme of things,
Yeah.
is to be like that vessel of love and wisdom. Like, that's
Okay.
our purpose. That is what
Wow.
you're supposed to do. You're supposed to love, and you're supposed to find your purpose.
That's
it.
amazing.
Yeah, that's what people do. So, and like I said, so I think if some creature built
Yeah.
us, who is the pinnacle of that.
Yeah.
So God would be the most insane, like again, not explainable in our words,
Yeah.
not understandable by our emotions, not we can't comprehend it at all.
Yeah.
Version of that, like this fucking blow you away version of love and wisdom.
Yeah.
Why would he fucking permanently imprison that creature in hell for
Yeah.
fucking
Just because
for
they believed in the wrong thing.
and also
Yeah.
for a fucking infinitesimal percentage of its life.
Yeah.
It's like, here you go. You lived for 80 years and you did something
Yeah.
wrong. Now for eternity, you will
Now.
burn.
You
Yeah.
motherfucker.
Yeah, like that would be like if
Yeah.
I fucking, like if you had like a fucking 6-month-old and you like
Yeah.
fucking kicked him in the side of the head because they did something wrong. It's like,
Yeah.
it's a baby.
Yeah.
Like that's what we are. We are like a 6-month-old.
babies.
Yeah, like we know not. So you would never punish a baby like that. Like that's what we are. So that's why I don't. So when I think of hell, I think that is what hell is. It's for people, and it's not a permanent thing.
Yeah.
They could figure it out. Like you know, the person who fucking hates everyone, they may be, you know, off in the distance, you know, because I do think for the afterlife or whatever, I view it as like, it's pretty much just in the beginning, it's a reflection of what is around us now.
Okay.
I don't think when you die, you're fucking floating around in a fucking, you know, whatever the fuck. It would be too much. You're not dropped into the deep end of the afterlife. It's like levels. There's levels of it. So I think when you first happen, it's just like, it's not much different than what we're in right now. It's very similar, you know, except there might not be, you know, there might be bad things still. There might be bad people who are still in that ring of it, you know.
But they can avoid those levels by subscribing to the mostly negative channel.
Yeah. Oh yeah, fine. We should have said in the beginning the Discord. I was thinking about it. We should join the Discord at the beginning.
Yeah, we'll start doing that.
Yeah, join our Discord.
But
yeah,
I think hearing all this is like, honestly, like, I mean, I think you're a great person, and you know, we've talked about of course, man. Shut the fuck up! Don't look at me when I compliment you.
Don't you?
No, but yeah, we've talked about like our evolutions.
Yeah.
But so would you say that wisdom, and I think it's like refreshing to hear you say love as being like one of these like major things. But like, would you say that those are like your values? Like your two biggest values?
Yes. Yeah. 100%.
Interesting.
Yeah. I mean,
so I remember you asked me it was probably like a little over a year ago, a lot over a year ago. We were in Discord with Jesse and we were talking about values.
Yeah.
And I said, okay, well, my values are, you know, joy or like, you know, seek joy.
Yeah.
And I forget what the other one was.
Yeah. Joy, love, but very similar.
Yeah. I think
having those, you know, like I said, I think, and those, I mean, that form of thinking, I mean, you know, applying those sort of things, again, if I'm wrong, who
cares?
Who cares? Yeah. It's just a good way to live.
Yeah. That is a good way to live.
You can just be, you could be entirely wrong.
Yeah.
And it'll just make you a good person. You know, like fucking
so
do
you
that.
Might as well.
Just do that.
I like that. Like, I like that a lot.
Like that's always when people are like, well, I know like when you die, that's the that's because I studied a lot of like when I did like near death experience stuff and that a lot of psychology. So like, but there's the other side of it who says like, oh, it's because this chemical is released and that's why you have these hallucinations and that's why you see this and whatever the fuck. But like, who fucking cares? Yeah. Like you're dead. You're dead.
Okay.
So just fucking choose the easy option. You know, like choose the nice option. Choose the good option.
You should be a youth pastor for our new religion that we're starting.
Hey,
you can
join
sign up
now.
For. Join
you
on
only
our
have
Patreon.
To give me 15% of your current tithings.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, let me instantly polluted with human fucking touch. No, but yeah, I think it's just a good way to think. You know, it's just
I like it.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna take this into my next week and I'm gonna try to apply it. Yeah,
because it doesn't even need to have. I think people get way caught up in like, oh, you really. It's like it's not. It doesn't even have to be religious. Don't. Yeah. If you have a stigma against religion or you have issues with spiritualism or you're afraid of the afterlife, or God, like, drop all that part of it. Yeah. Just do the just do the love and wisdom part. Yeah. That's an awesome way to be.
Love and wisdom.
Yeah, like just fucking find your love. Yeah. And find your purpose.
There are two.
That's it. That's
emotions.
Super simple. Yeah, that's it.
Fear. Yeah. And love.
Yeah.
Fear
and love.
You saw that movie?
Yeah.
Oh shit. Can I drive us off topic?
Yes.
Since we're getting
gaming. Yeah, how long are we in? I was probably.
We're about there. No, you didn't. Yeah. This has been fucking awesome. So what is your favorite? So if you had to choose, I know you don't go out to eat a lot.
Yes.
Best fast food.
Best fast
food, and you can't say Subway.
Subway.
Yeah, I don't know. I thought you liked that place.
No,
for
it's
some
Jesse.
Reason. Good. Fuck Jesse.
Jesse's a Subway lover.
Why do you like it, Jesse? Please tell us. I want to hear.
I was a sandwich artist, actually.
I remember that. Yeah. A Starbucks sandwich artist.
No, right? I was Starbucks too. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no, I did work at Subway too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. And then we gave everything away for free.
It was at the college, right?
No. This was before college.
Oh,
shit. High school.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, no, I was at Starbucks. I worked at a Starbucks thing in college.
Okay.
But I worked at Subway in high school. Yeah. We would trade with the fucking GameStop next door. Yeah. We would fucking give them free sandwiches, and they would give us discounts off their game. And then the boss caught us.
Oh no! Did you get fired?
We just left. We never showed up again.
Okay, nice. I
abandoned this place.
Yeah, I worked as a teenager. Also, I worked at Steak and Shake in Hollister.
Oh shit, Hollister! You fucking spraying cologne in people's face.
Oh yeah. So, well, I was like a total emo kid. I don't. You probably haven't seen pictures, but like had black hair,
Oh shit.
covering half my face.
I always just thought you were the kid dancing under the bridge.
Yeah.
with
Well,
the
I was.
gas
Yeah,
mask
that
on.
too. No, it was a little different, but like you know how everyone wears skinny jeans now.
Yeah.
But like I was the first doing that, and also
you found, like,
also
you found
they
like, your
weren't.
sister's jeans.
They weren't.
like,
Yeah, they
before
didn't
were
make
skinny
male
jeans.
skinny jeans
just
back
a
then. You'd
girl's
have to
jeans.
just take girl jeans.
Yeah.
So I'd be going to, and I remember applying for Hollister because my dad always pushed for me to work,
job.
and
Go to work.
I was, I just wanted to go to the mall. It's like,
Yeah.
Dad, take me to the mall. And he's like, no, Garrett. And I'm like, well, there was a girl that worked at the mall
Yeah.
that I liked.
Yeah, I was like,
And
oh, this
I
is
was
a
like,
good place to
well,
work.
tell you what, Dad, I'll apply for jobs when I'm there.
Yeah.
And so I applied for 2 jobs.
Yeah.
I applied at Hollister, and immediately like they're swarming me, and they're like, "Oh yeah, you'll be great."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Okay, I guess. Yeah,
I'll
I guess
stand,
I work here
I'll
now."
stand in the dark, I guess. Remember how dark Hollisters were?
Yeah. Oh, they were so dark.
They're
They're so
pitch
bright
black.
now.
Are they? I've never.
They're bright
It's
now.
been fucking 20
Yeah,
years. since I've
it's
been in
they're bright and quiet.
one. Oh,
it's fun.
I just remember. Yeah, I was never a big Hollister person, but I remember
Yeah.
like going in them again. It was always just like pitch black.
Yeah.
You couldn't even see the clothes.
No.
I didn't understand. I was like, when I would go in there, I'm like, how do people like buy stuff? in here?
Yeah.
I was like, I can't even see anything. It's really dark. There's like loud music, and
Yeah.
it's the smell. Like
Yeah.
their
Oh, so
colognes
let me
or
tell you-
whatever were
let me-
good smelling,
tell
but
you
it was
about-
just
yeah.
overwhelming.
Jake.
Jake, is that what it was called?
Jake, that was the stuff. So I was hired on to work in the back,
Mhm.
like doing orders and putting away shit, but I was terrible at it.
Yeah.
So I would get to come up front, and we had Windex bottles full of
that.
Jake, and we'd just go around like spraying shit, spraying clothes, like watching people. Hey, what's
that
up?
makes sense. It did feel
Yeah.
like I got sprayed in
Yeah.
the face with a Windex bottle full of cologne when I walked in there.
But so favorite fast food.
Favorite fast food? I don't even know.
Yeah.
I mean, like I kind of like default just want to say like Chick-fil-A or something.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like the
It
easy-
is a good one.
It's good. It's
a
good.
good one.
Like I like if I
never
were to
bad.
get fast food, I would usually get like a chicken sandwich anyways.
Yeah.
I do think that Chick-fil-A now is not as good as it used
It's
to
not.
be.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what's different about it. Maybe it's just
Yeah.
that it's not as like unique. It was not as new.
Yeah.
It's not as novel. We like the new stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Remember? Yeah, they still have a little bit of it. They got to close down like more. They got to
Yeah.
be like we're only open.
I think like it's
Wednesday,
changed.
Thursday.
Yeah.
They got to make it
There you go,
more,
yeah.
more demand.
I think it's changed after like COVID because like the entire workforce is like flipped. So now it's like you go to Chick-fil-A and like back in the day you'd be swarmed by like 15 high schoolers
Yeah.
who are like super happy. They all go to
nicest
church. They're like
humans.
hi, and now
Yeah.
it's like they
Is
don't
it
have
not that
shit
way?
working there anymore.
Is
I
it?
know
Yeah,
it's
I
just
haven't-
not as
I haven't
tight.
been. I don't.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's been a while. I don't really
Yeah.
eat much of it, but yeah. I
Okay.
would say-
What was
how
the
about
last
yours?
fast food you ate?
The last fast food I ate.
Yeah,
I want to say Wendy's.
Wendy's has a good burger.
Wendy's is good. Yeah,
Wendy's
I
has
don't
a
think
good-ass
I think I got a
burger.
chicken sandwich there because
Okay.
I like the chicken.
Yeah.
But I've gotten burgers from there before.
Yeah.
They're good. Fucking. But no, I think I got like some bacon chicken ranch
Yeah.
burger or something like that.
Hell yeah.
But Wendy's was always good. I remember Wendy's. I feel like Wendy's again was one of those ones that used to be much better. Though.
Yeah, I feel like it's better now.
Is it?
I think it's the best it's been.
What's
It's
your? Well, then what's your premier?
Well, my ultimate sin is McDonald's, which I've
McDonald's.
like
I
returned
feel
to
like
McDonald's
is
as
easy.
liking.
Like it's
yeah,
like it's just tried and true.
yeah. It's I've had some good burgers.
Yeah.
I went there recently and I had the best double cheeseburger from McDonald's I've ever
That's
had.
all
Like,
I've only ever
Yeah.
had the double cheeseburger.
double cheeseburger. You've never had a Big Mac?
No.
Oh, we gotta get one sometime.
Yeah.
Well,
it's
we
it's
could
like a
have-
mayo
when we get
sauce on it.
videos,
There's like a mayo sauce
like
on it, right?
Thousand Island.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
I mean, I'm sure that's delicious.
Yeah,
It just seemed weird. I never wanted like more bread.
right.
That's why
yeah,
I
that
never,
is kind
that's
of
why it
fucked
never
up.
interested me.
Yeah.
Because I was like, I would rather just have a double cheeseburger with more meat.
Do you like Taco Bell?
Taco Bell's good too.
Yeah,
But
it's-
to me, Taco Bell is not that great because everything just tastes the same to me.
Yeah.
It's good,
yeah.
but there's nothing like
Well, I
just
have
like the same.
I have an idea for Taco Bell. Have you? So like I've seen their marketing on TikTok. So Taco Bell, if you're listening,
Yeah, I know you are.
yeah,
They're a big listener.
they gotta listen. Taco Bell, listen up.
I'm talking to you directly.
They just had their Taco
Mr.
Bell
Bell.
E3.
At what?
They had like a conference and it was like a banger. Like it
Really?
was like almost like Gamescom or something like that. Yeah, for Taco Bell.
They do funny. If
they're
there's like a
funny.
marketing
Yeah.
group that's like, well, Wendy's. I've seen Wendy's make some funny ass tweets.
Oh yeah. So that's how I think Wendy's is like, they did the rebranding.
Yeah.
And also, they got a good person over there
Yeah,
doing
they,
the
like,
social
responding to
media.
shit and
Yeah, they
saying
kind of
funny
like
shit.
created that, like being like kind of shitty on Twitter.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's like,
being
like
an
this is
entity,
working.
not
Yeah.
being a fucking
Yeah.
fast food place.
Try our McChicken
Yeah.
spicy.
Yeah, no, they're like, this guy's talking shit to me.
So Taco Bell, what you've always seen those like Xbox giveaways that they've done,
Yeah.
Baja Blast. I think a really cool thing that Taco Bell should do, and I think this would be successful, do a sweepstakes contest where whoever wins, they get to go behind the counter of like a special Taco Bell and go create whatever they want. And then that gets to become a menu item.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
What? So would the sweepstakes be submitting your ideas of what it is?
I think it would just be,
or would it be unrelated?
maybe it would be unrelated, because I've always like thought about, like, I've always played with the idea in my head, well, what if I like applied at Taco Bell and got a job there and then just went back there and just made my own shit.
That's
and
a good
left.
point. I wonder, because I think about that often, because I feel like when you work at like a fast food place or you think,
yeah.
you're always making weird shit.
You're making the bombers.
Yes, you're
Dude,
making
some of these Starbucks Frappuccino recipes
Yep.
that I have not shared
Yeah.
are incredible.
Yeah, like you're just back there like a mad scientist,
Yeah.
like a pump
Yeah.
of this, pump of that.
Yeah.
fucking
Oh, yeah.
slap this
Oh,
cheese
yeah.
on, and then fucking slap it,
yeah.
and I'll bake this. I wonder the
Yeah.
fucking
Those are the masters.
yeah, the guys who are working.
Yes.
because they're like, I'm sick of making the fucking
Yeah.
you know,
They're
the
like, this is what I
chocolate
eat every day.
frappuccino.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I'm gonna make some wild shit.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
what would you make at Taco Bell? What would be the Bam with 6M's taco?
It would have to be some variation of like the crunch wrap. We would have to
Okay.
have soft and hard taco.
Okay. Ooh.
Definitely as a basis.
I feel like they don't do enough with the Crunch Wrap. They need more
like
versions
it would,
of
it would definitely start with that. It would have
Okay.
the basis of like because I like the
Yeah.
yin and the yang,
Yeah.
and I would
Ooh.
probably continue that on with the flavor because I'm a big fan of like either sweet and salty
Yeah.
or sweet and spicy.
Okay.
So like it would definitely be something like that. It would be like the fucking like some like the cinnamon sauce and then
Ooh.
like something spicy. I don't know.
Ooh.
It would be
Dude, a taco with like some cinnamon sauce on it, like with some
something that
spicy
you wouldn't
but savory.
anticipate swim or like
Yeah.
some sort of like jelly
Ooh.
on a
Ooh,
taco, like
yeah.
a layer of jelly, like a
Dude, I
cheesy
love it.
gordita crunch that doesn't have
Jelly.
cheese but has like some sweet,
Jelly.
yeah, like Nutella.
Ooh, I love it.
Like
That's
Nutella
fucking
and
awesome.
beef.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, like some
Nutella
sweet,
beef.
yeah, Nutella beef.
But it would like almost.
That's what I would
feel
call
like
it.
with a
Chocolate and beef taco.
chocolate beef taco.
Come get our chocolate beef taco. It's really good.
So did you ever have a volcano taco?
Is that that's like the chocolate ice cream one?
No, it's
Oh, I'm thinking of a choco taco.
the Choco Taco. the volcano taco was the prototype to the Dorito taco.
Oh no, I've never
So
even had a
it
Dorito taco.
They're good.
Yeah, it's
They are
just a
good.
Dorito, right? Like in
It's a
a
Dorito shell.
yeah, like
Yeah.
with a taco in it. I mean, that sounds
Um,
delicious. It's just nachos.
So what my thing would be is so a volcano taco. It was so before they did Dorito tacos, it was a red shell
Mhm.
and it was a normal taco and it
But
got
it's spicy.
it got lava sauce on it. The lava sauce was like actually pretty hot
Yeah.
for Taco Bell standards. So that would be kind of like the basis for mine. Mine would be like sort of like a double decker. So it would be flour tortilla,
Yeah.
lava sauce,
Lava sauce.
and then just a taco in there, and then probably some more lava sauce.
Probably some more-
Yeah, and
and then
that'd
maybe
be
some
it.
beef.
Yeah.
And, yeah, call it a day.
Yeah.
It does sound good.
It was.
I think
fire.
like I said, I think all their stuff that has like because like when people get like a bean burrito,
Yeah.
I'm always like,
Oh, I always get them.
they taste good.
I
but
always
just
get 'em.
The lack or
I had
the,
one
the
last
standard.
night. I had one last night. I'm not joking. I had one last night.
I'm having one.
I had one
right
last
now.
night.
Yeah,
You can
no,
look at my trash.
it's just the constant consistency of that bite.
Yeah.
Like people like even like when you think of like fancy plating and stuff, like what they do is they have like multiple different textures. That's always like like gourmet stuff. They're trying to capture as many flavors
Yeah.
and textures at once.
Right.
So it's like in this bite you'll have the crunch of the crust and the
Yeah.
zest of the thing. So like to me that's what I'm seeking when I'm eating. Like, I
Okay.
want that like
Yeah.
I want like all the flavors.
You're right. Yeah. I mean, I just consider like a bean burrito like a unit of calories. Really, like it is just
I gotta
like
get
it's
my
cheap.
serving.
It's cheap. It's all right. It's
Gotta
got the
get my
red sauce on it.
Nutri-Paste
Yeah.
today.
Yeah. It's NutriPaste.
Yeah, it's
Damn, dude, you might have ruined bean burritos at Taco Bell for me, you motherfucker. But I think that's
Yeah.
pretty good. I
Yeah.
think. Is that
Have we done it?
a podcast?
I think that's a podcast.
Did we just do it?
We just did it.
And well, yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say. I'm Firestorm.
Yeah, and I'm Bam. I haven't changed my name.
So,
Yeah. Bye
Bam,
forever.
how do you spell that?
Well, I already said bye forever.
Oh, bye forever.
See.
Like and subscribe.
And Discord.
Bye forever. And join our Discord.
Yeah, join the Discord.
We'll say that at the beginning next time. We have a Discord.
Yes.
We'll find a way to make it an actual link that we can say.
Yes.
But
Use your Apple Vision Pros.
Exactly.
To click our link in your head.
please connect the cord
plugged
from your
in.
ribs
Be
to your
plugged
ear.
Be plugged into our Discord server and serve us forever.
Download mostly
You will be
negative
turned
into your
human
soul.
lamb.
Purpose.
Yes.
Okay. Bye forever.
Bye forever. For real.
And go fuck yourself.